I mean, the RMAC's the toughest cross-country conference in America, so we're excited. You got the typical people coming up, ready to compete. I think our team, we're really come together. Our last race was an awesome race for us to run with confidence, to run with a real passion that we're starting to see. And so I'm excited. I think we're going to have an outstanding race. It's going to be at Tiara Rado, absolutely gorgeous. And hopefully every other team loves it as much as I think we're going to.
Questions?
Jerod, the season you've had is just, you've been right there, kind of like you said last time. You kind of try to pick guys off one by one and get with the pack. What are you looking to do this weekend? Because now it's getting real.
Yeah. It's taken me a couple months to realize that I can run with them, like those top people. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to go out that top pack and just hold on whenever they push, I'm going to push. I'm just going to go with them, stay on their heels, and hopefully, because I have 800 background from track, so hopefully in that last mile, 800, I can just push past them.
How confident are you feeling going into the RMAC Championship?
I'm feeling pretty confident. I was a little scared at first, but now I just just going through this whole season, just seeing where I'm at or where I've been. I'm just seeing this improvement. I'm just ready to just show what I can do against all these top schools.
When did you stop being scared?
Pretty much after the last race, because took a whole minute off my PR, and I was like, all right, it's real. It's happening now. Yeah,
it's time.
It's ready to do it.
And that was on the flatlands where there's, it's not as easy to breathe.
Yeah.
It was easier, I guess, to breathe there.
Mm-hmm.
But could you tell that my pace is a lot faster than normal?
Well, I was going through, I went through the first mile, and it was it was under 5 minutes, which I was like, all right, that's a little fast, but I'm with the top pack, that's how it usually is. And then I came through the second mile faster than my high school 2-mile PR. So I was like, all right, this is pretty quick. But then I just noticed that my legs weren't dying. I still felt fine through the entire race. So I'm like, all right, it's just time to go. There were a few times going up, there's a couple short, steep hills that hit me, and I realized that hurt a bit, but I could still push it. And just the entire race, I never felt dead. It's nice.
And something's working, right?
Something's definitely working. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was the big goal this season was, get these kids feeling great at the end of the season, feeling fresh. These guys will tell you when we started the season, I was pulling them back. I told them day one, I'm probably going to pull you back. You guys probably don't realize how much I'm going to say, nope, too fast, nope, too fast, nope, too fast. We need to hit this kind of the right pace, the right progression through the season. It's a really long season from August to November. The last weekend in November is nationals. That is always a goal of ours, and so it's a super long season where if we go too fast too early, we hit these races and we don't feel great. We feel burnt out. Unfortunately, I've coached teams where halfway through the season we're like, we are one of the best teams. All right, and then by the end you're like, oh no, look at that. We didn't quite finish how we thought. And so I've learned those lessons kind of the hard way, I guess, as a coach, where we want to be feeling good, but it's all about the end of a season of track or cross country. It's really the same philosophy, is feeling great at the right time of this season, where in other sports you have to win each game to make playoffs, or you have to do certain things to move into the postseason. In cross country, it's one race. You have to be great for one race to go to nationals. And in track, you have to be great at the end. And so we can mess with those kinds of things and kind of introduce different philosophies where we build purely for the end. We even do Western in the beginning of the season just because it's a really hard race. We don't expect any of them to do well. It's hard. And so we're going to go run at 8,000 feet and push you guys knowing that it's not going to be a good race because it's all about what happens in November, not in September or October.
How nice is it as a coach to know that your philosophies are now paying off and you're seeing some of your athletes take a minute off their PR?
Sure. It's a huge relief this season, I'll tell you that much, right? Your first year. Catherine and I, our assistant coach, Catherine Frame, we sat down and we knew we had an idea of what we wanted to do. We knew a lot about what these guys had done in the past, and we're like, okay, let's try this out. And so we didn't invent anything. This kind of training philosophy has been around for a long time, and several amazing programs use it. And so we said, this is where we think we're going to be best. This is where we think we can improve our team the most this season and build on it and build on it and build on it. And we hope, right, we double the size of our team in the next couple of years, and now you even break off your team to the super long distance people and the shorter distance people, and they're even doing kind of two different workouts. kind of throughout the season, building in their own different ways. And so after Fort Hays, I don't think anybody was as excited as Catherine and I. Like, all right, it's working. Yes, all right. We didn't screw anything up. So no, it was awesome, and now it's actually set up different expectations for everybody on our team for these last 2 meets actually. So it's been incredible.
Awesome. So what are your expectations going into RMAC Championships?
Well, I had a really good race 2 weeks ago, so I want to continue that momentum. I would really like to run, not really based on time, but more place, because we're in a really hard conference, and so I'd just like to see what I can do individually, like compared to some of the top runners in the nation. And then as a team, I think we had a really good race last 2 weeks ago in Fort Hays, so I think we can continue that momentum as well. I think if we all have a really good race, which I think it's really likely that we can do really well. So I'm excited.
With it being RMAC's here, you feel like now is the time, this is the moment to really kind of push and get that best result that you want.
Yeah, for sure. Especially, well, this is the first time it's been in Grand Junction in so long, and so I know a lot of us are going to have families come out, and then also like the rest of the track team will be out there. Just people I know from school will be out there, so that kind of puts the pressure on too, that we're going to have so many people cheering for us, so you don't really want to have a bad race that day.
It's a long season, but you haven't had a lot of actual races. Does that kind of have you feeling fresh going into the important part of the season?
Yeah, I think so. The first half of the season, we really didn't have a lot of races, which I think was good for us to get some good workouts and training under our belts. But we have had, 2 races in the past, month? And I feel like that's a good amount to remember what it feels like to race and to push hard. But it also helps that we've had 2 weeks off now, that we can feel fresh going into RMACs. So, yeah.
Tapering?
Yeah.
Like taking the swimmer's approach of...
Yeah, a little bit, absolutely. Yeah, I like having kind of 2 races back to back is a nice model, because then you work hard up to that first race, and then kind of the week in between your 2 races, we kind of go easy. So we kind of get, 2 great races in a row, and then we take the 2 weeks off. So now I crushed these guys in a workout last Friday, getting ready for this week, right? Where you can't do that if you race every weekend or anything of that nature. And so I definitely less races is more when it comes to a season, when the only 2 that really matter are the last 2 of the year.